Hey guys, Steve Welch here with your fact of the day. Did you know that in some states, dealerships are not able to open on Sundays? And it's not that they don't want to, it's that they are legally unable to. So I have an article here from a gentleman named Todd Bryant, which was actually produced August 2 of 2017, which is a pretty good article that talks about it. So it says there's 18 states across the country that auto dealers are restricted or banned from operating on Sundays. In a number of them, they're obviously legislatively trying to fight that. But it's traced back to what's known as blue laws. So what's a blue law? Well, a blue law is it banned activities for religious purposes. So what's religious about buying a car or anti-religious about buying a car? I think it's more about just being open on a Sunday that was the issue. So they encompassed alcohol sales as well as a diverse amount of other commercial services, of course. The initial goal of the ban was actually to ensure a day of rest for the staff. However, they have come to serve different purposes for car dealerships, as Sunday is one of the busiest shopping days, of course, for cars. They'd stay open, so many businesses would stay open to make sure that they did not lag behind the competition, which makes sense. If you're going to be open, and you can sell 4, 5, 6 cars where your competition did not, well, that puts you to a better spot than your competition. Do 4, 5, 6 cars, 10 cars on a Sunday, do that 4 times a month, you're 30, 40 cars that you've sold more than your competition, right? So but with a statewide ban, it says that dealerships could close on Sundays without fear of losing customers to those dealerships that decided to stay open. So today there's 13 states which car dealerships are forbidden. You cannot open and sell a car on a Sunday. They are Colorado, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Louisiana, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maine. So dealerships that make sales on Sundays are transgressing from their licenses and bonding obligations and can face legal issues, it says. So obviously you can lose your dealer's license in those if you were to operate on those days. So now there are another 7 states, it says, that car sales on Sundays are restricted in specific counties or during certain hours. So those states are called mixed states, and they are Nevada, Utah, Texas, North Dakota, Michigan, Rhode Island, and Maryland. So it says, while seen as unneeded government regulations by some, the Sunday sales ban is fervently protected by dealers. So you would think that most dealerships would actually want the ability to open, but they seem to fight it in a lot of these states. So a few years back, lawmakers in Illinois, Texas, New Jersey made progress towards the removal of the ban. Car salespeople in these states raised their voices against the move. They claimed operating on Sundays is more complicated because financial institutions don't work then. So it's kind of hard to get approvals and things along those lines, which makes sense. So dealers also stated that making their staff work on Sundays might result in higher employee turnovers, which, I mean, that could happen too. But if you got 2 days off during the week, sometimes people like me, I prefer to have the days off during the week because I can get more done. So that's just kind of me, but and some other people that I know, of course. So businesses from states without a Sunday ban have expressed concerns over a 7-day work week, since some dealerships would open. Many of them would feel forced to operate on Sundays, and that's possible, like we were just talking about. And in addition, many dealers don't believe the ban resulted in higher yearly sales because it spreads the sales volume over a longer period of time. So and that's kind of a thing. So somebody who's going to buy on Sunday, maybe they buy on Monday, maybe they buy on Saturday, and maybe they just know that they can't buy a car on Sunday, so they don't even try. That's probably a likely explanation. And over the course of a year, could it add up to more? Could it add up to less? I mean, who knows? There's only one way to find out, but you wouldn't know the opposite. So if you opened every Sunday, you wouldn't know what happened if you didn't, and vice versa. So it says some dealers have chosen to close on Sundays to ensure a day of rest for their staff and to reduce their costs. At the same time, a number of car salespeople would prefer not to have a ban on their activities, as they see the restrictions as unnecessary government meddling in their business, which, you know, I mean, if you want to go to work, you probably should be able to go to work, because they don't ban other things. They don't ban a store from opening, but like we said, they do ban things like alcohol sales and stuff like that. So there's your answer, right? So they can ban it if they want to, I guess. So but it says lawmakers have considered the possibility of lifting the ban because they may lose buyers to neighboring states that allow Sunday sales. Now, I will kind of argue with that a little bit, is because when you buy a car in a neighboring state, you still pay your taxes in the state you register your car in. So that's really not a good argument, because the state's going to get the same amount of taxes regardless, because you're removing it from that state and registering it in a different one. So but it says, in general, legislators and dealerships who want the ban removed by saying, or ban removed, saying allowing sales would help competition, and does not mean all dealerships would have to have a 7-day work week. It says in 2014, Illinois discussed lifting the ban. The FTC said removing the restrictions would benefit customers and improve competition, which I can agree with that too. So there are some customers that can only buy on Sunday. Why? Because that's their only day off. So it gives them the opportunity. So, but like the gentleman here had mentioned, what do you think? Do you think the restrictions are good? Do you think the restrictions are bad? Should they keep them? Should they do away with them? Obviously, some states use them and some states don't. So it's a good question to ask. But what do you guys think? Steve Welch, your fact of the day.